Shalom. This is Sincere Milk of Yahweh Sap, Lion's Den. I camp out with Lion Den Hawan Ben Yeshua Water in Jacksonville, Florida. First, I'd like to give a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the archons, and to the women and children. Kal, Halayim, La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Bahashem, Ha, Rokak, Rodash, Mahamah. In the name of Yahweh Shai, in spirit and holy and truth. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder Hawam. Salutation to the archons who are the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth. And to the women and children, Shalom. All right, well, today shows Australia, right? Again, the topic, it keeps popping out on YouTube about UFOs, right? They're getting so concerned because, again, NASA cannot stop nor control the lies that they would like to keep on saying, but other people are coming out and saying, wait a minute, these things are flying objects, and it seems that they have intelligence, and they're more advanced than us. And now the Air Force and people that like pilots that fly at the airport are very concerned because they're seeing them too. Okay. The title of this lesson, it is not a UFO. It is a chariot. Okay, that's what the Bible calls them. But it uses other words in the Bible like clouds. Okay. All right, let me play a little bit, and then we go right to it.
The eyes of the US Congress will be on the sky as they hand down a report on potentially extraterrestrial encounters.
Now look, while most sightings turn out to be like weather balloons, space junk, or foreign surveillance devices, maybe even now drones, some are unable to be explained. So joining us now to discuss this is investigative reporter and editor of ExtraordinaryBeliefs.com, Jeremy Corbell in Los Angeles. Jeremy, good to see you. This is a huge topic. People debate it all the time. Why do you think there's been an increase, let's say, in sightings in the last year?
Yeah, it is a huge topic, and it should be a huge topic because the sightings have increased in frequency. And this is due to an actual increase of these unidentifieds flying with impunity within our restricted airspace. But also our technologies are getting better in some of our fighter planes where we're able to track and verify through multi-platforms that these things are real. UFOs are real. They outpace, outmaneuver, and outperform anything we have. So this is a real issue.
I love this story so much. US intelligence agencies are set to release a report next week about UFO incidents. What are you expecting to hear?
Yeah, well, look, fingers crossed that we do get this report next week. It was actually due on Halloween, but that could be internally. They have to put out an unclassified version because the public wants to know. This is a flight safety issue for our aviators, but also this is something that's been with humanity for a long time. So in this report, my highest hopes is there's no more obfuscation and ridicule that really kills the scientific study of what is a very real phenomenon, which is UFOs.
Yeah, right. So there's greater calls for transparency, like you're saying, for UFOs or UAPs, as now they like to be called. I mean, it should just be on the public record, shouldn't it?
And that's exactly what people are doing. And you're right, there is a call for transparency that is beyond anything that I have seen in my generation and in my lifetime. People want to know the truth. They have a duty, in my eyes, to find out the truth. This is a global phenomenon. I get emails from Australia every day with videos. This is something that the public is curious about, rightfully so. It's a vast universe.
Jeremy,
what we're seeing is not our technology.
Have you seen anything, or have you, through your website and your discussions with lots of people, have you seen something that has absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, convinced you?
Yeah, it's a cumulative effect of evidence, but certainly, as you see from what I've been able to obtain and release, which is confirmed military footage of UFOs from multi-system platforms, that was something that I put out with my mentor in journalism, George Knapp. Imagine what I can't put out. So there are so many things that have convinced me there's a true mystery here, and there is a physical aspect to it in craft. I don't have the luxury of disbelief.
So, for a long time, people would have thought that this sort of reporting or this sort of investigating was just a bit kooky or a bit of a conspiracy theory. And now these sorts of reports, they sort of vindicate what you're talking about. How does that make you feel?
Right. So the climate has changed in this world when it comes to this topic. I think we've sobered up. We're looking at this now through the eyes of this is actually being picked up with our radar systems by our pilots, by credible people. Sure, there's a sense of vindication for people that have been into this, but much more importantly, we are now facing reality and we're saying who are operating these craft? Where do they come from and what do they want?
I often feel like,
Let me stop it right there. So you can see, they should let more people around the world come out, right, with the true, with more pictures of what they have seen. But as you can see, he said that they don't allow him to show all the pictures that he has, military pictures, okay? So as time goes on, it's going to increase more, okay? The Bible made that clear. I want to go to Matthew chapter 24, verse 27, and then I'm going to jump around. Here we go. Let me fix this. For as lightning comes out of the east and shines even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. All right? Verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, and we are going to be going through it pretty soon, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Stars that it's talking about there is the missiles. Okay, the missiles that Russia, China, and other countries are aiming over here to America. All right? Verse 30, and these are in red letters, Yahweh is speaking. Verse 30, and then shall appear a sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Okay? Oh, let me fix this. There we go. And then shall all the tribes of the earth moan, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in a clouds. Okay? A S at the end. That means many chariots. Right? Coming with Yahweh Shai. That's the Son of Man that's talking about. Of heaven, with power and great glory. Yes, sirree. Verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Those are the 144,000 chosen elect, okay, and 1/3 that Yahushua first is going to take. 2/3 are going to be left behind, okay, because of their wickedness, right? They want to protect, they want to fight and die for the Edomites. Now, I can only hope and pray that I be one of those chosen elect, as well as my elder from the Lions Den camp and the Akims as well, I pray for. And for their wives and children as well. Okay? Where was I? I want to go to First Thessalonians. Give me a minute here while I look for the page. Yeah, they keep calling it UFOs when they're not UFOs. They are identified. They always have been identified. It's the Edomites who do not want to accept the truth. Okay, 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16, and then all the way to 18. For Yahweh Shai himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of archangels, and with the trumpet of Yahweh. And the dead in Yahweh Shai shall rise first. Yeah, those who've been, murdered for the name of Yahweh Shin Yahweh Shai are going to be raising up first. Okay? Verse 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet Yahweh Shai in the air. And so shall we ever be with Yahweh Shai. Woo! That is going to be so beautiful. That's what we look forward to. Okay? Verse 18. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. That's right. That's what we do, Around the world, Hebrew Israel around the world, and we comfort each other with scripture, right? Reminding one another and feeding one another. Hey, stay focused, stay strong, keep the faith, keep doing the work, right? Things are getting closer. Time is getting closer to pack up and leave this wicked kingdom. So, okay, I want to go to Revelation chapter 1, verse 7 to 8. Behold, he comes with clouds. Woo! It's going to be so many angels, so many chariots. And every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. That's right. The whole world is going to see Yahweh Shai, right? And the angels as well. Nobody's going to be no more confused or not sure what is inside that UFO. What is it? No. Everybody's going to be clear, absolute what it is. Verse 8. I am, in red letters, Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, said Yahweh Shai, which is, and which was, and which is to come, the Almighty. Woo! Isn't that sound beautiful, the way he makes it clear? That's Judah, the tribe of Judah, by the way, okay? That's where Yahweh Shai comes from. And he makes it so clear, right? It almost has rhythm into it, right? That he's going to come and clean house and put things back in order. Right? That's how come the Edomites have bunkers around the world, right? Because they're going to hide. They know they can't stop what's coming, okay? All they can keep doing is lying to the multitude, to 2/3 of our people, so-called Negros Latinos, Native American speckled birds, who love this wicked kingdom. I want to go to Hebrew, chapter 1, verse 13. But to which of the angels said he at any time, sit on my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool? Well, we already know that is Yahweh Shai, right? He said, come and sit here. Right? Yahweh the Father, right, is getting all things prepared to turn his son loose. Let me take it one verse more to 14. Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for them who shall be higher of salvation? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be up there with Yahweh Shai. Okay. And we're going to be doing the work when he turns us loose. If you go into Jeremiah chapter 16 to 17, it talks about first he sends out fishermen, but after that he sends out hunters. And who do you think those hunters are? The 144,000 chosen elect. And it makes it clear, I believe in verse 17, there's no rock, there's no mountain, no hill, and no hole that the Edomites will be able to hide. Okay? Because we're going to come back meaner than a pit bull. Okay? More angrier, okay, than that movie Predator. Yeah. I want to go to Song 110, verse 1 and 2. Yahweh said unto my Yahweh, sit thou at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. Okay? Yeah, he's going to clean house. Gonna clean house. Verse 2. Yahweh shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion of Israel. Rule thou in the midst of thy enemies. Listen, this second shutdown that is coming, because remember, the last implementation they're going to bring in is the mandate of the MOTV, okay? The mark. They have to do that, okay? But, they got to get everybody starving, in chaos, suffering, right? Sick and pain. So then that way you can choose who you're going to run to, right? A lot of our people, right, tutors are going to run to the Edomites, right? They're going to say, hey, give it to me. I don't care. My son or my children are starving. They're going to die, I got to do this. I got to man up. But we're going to be running to Yahweh Shin Yahweh Shai, okay? If some of us have to die, so be it. I read verse 2, yes. I want to leave it with Romans chapter 11. Give me a minute. Romans. Here we go. Chapter 11. Verse 26 all the way to 27. And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written. There shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. Okay? Verse 27. For this is my covenant unto them, when I shall take away their sins. I might as well take it, let me see. Verse 28, yeah. As concerning the gospel, they are enemies for your sake. But as touching the election, they are beloved for the Father's sake. Okay? So first, the 144,000 chosen and 1/3 are going to be taken up. 2/3 are going to have to face that wrath and that fire. But then they'll come back in the new kingdom of Yahweh Shin Yahweh Shai. That's going to be forever and ever. They will come back as babies. Okay? This is balance the way Yahweh and Yahweh Shai declare is going to be. All right? So now you know it is not a UFO. It is a chariot. I hope that this was edifying. And with that, I'll say Shalom.